Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Z2. A successor to the Z Gundam, this unit was not on the priority list up to the Double Zeta Gundam. Effectively, this is the Zeta Gundam and the Mephis put together. You can see that in its transformation and some of its physical structure. To simplify its transformation capabilities, it was an all-around high-performance and capable suit. And it wouldn't really have its concept revisited until the ReZEL was in development. This would also be what that descends partly from. So it's quite an interesting suit. In game, it is a 600 and up ground and space capable general with a ballistic and beam resistance of 24. A melee resistance of 18, a range strength of an impressive 45 at base, a melee strength of 15, a movement speed of 135, and a thrust gauge of 80. For parts, we have close range of 10, medium of 16, and long range of 18. Now, this unit does have 3 options for its main ranged weapon. That is the Z2 Clay Bazooka, times 2. It's just 2 of the clay bazookas together. It does decent damage. It has some decent stopping power, and I do tend to like the ballistic weapons being used in higher cost because a lot of the higher up suits aren't as good against ballistic weapons. However, its other option is the Z2C Bazooka Shrapnel times 2. It's the Shrapnel Bazooka option. It's basically 2 ranged shotguns in a way. Doesn't quite work like the Xeon shotgun, but this can wreak some really crazy amounts of damage, and I have used it, and I believe I use it in the match to come. And then, of course, we have the Zeta Gundam Beam Rifle. It's a really decent weapon, gives you a lot of good options, and let's see, you get, if you equip it, the long beam saber. So keep that in mind if you have this option equipped. It gives you a little bit more melee options, but it has good range, it's ammo based, and the damage is nothing to scoff at. Then we got the Z2 beam saber. It's a beam saber, you've seen those before. Then we have the Z2 Mega Beam Rifle. Whew, slung over its shoulder, this pops up under the right arm and it's held in a lower angle, so be aware of that when you're firing. If you're trying to shoot over something, sometimes you'll think you'll be able to get a shot, but it'll fire too low. It has good damage, its heat buildup is pretty high, but it's got 400 range. It'll come in really handy, especially if you charge it up and smack some people with it. Then we have the Z2 Mega Beam Rifle Rapid. It fires a 3-round burst, decent heat buildup, good damage, alright range. It's a good way to get some of that extra little bit of firepower. This unit does excel at ranged combat. That's also the reason I would suggest, and depending on what you're doing, using the shrapnel to keep up ranged fire if you're going to use it as a ranged style unit. But this is also a good setup for people who want to get into melee. Then if you have the Zeta Beam Rifle equipped, you get this, which gives you the Zeta's move set in that regard. So it's another melee option, so you can go a little bit more toe-to-toe with that. Of course, for skills, we have Emergency Evasion System, Special Leg Buffer, Special Back Add-on Buffer Level 2, Damage Control, Flight Control Program Level 2, High Performance Balancers, High Spec AMBAC Level 2, Forced Injector Level 2, fantastic, High Performance Radar Level 2, Melee Combo Controller, Flight for Transformation, Maneuver Armor, and Anti-Blast Stabilizer. Of course, in transformation mode, you have only these 2 as options, so do be aware of that. Is there anything I would say this unit requires or can be a little bit of a problem? It is a very, very wide suit. It has a very big profile, so be careful because you can get shot a lot easier than you really think you can. Beyond that, the only thing I would actually do to it is I would bump up its basic speed by 5, and that's about it. Otherwise, it's a good suit. It can struggle a little bit nowadays, but it does give you a good basic general at high cost. And hey, who doesn't like the Zeta family? So let's see how it does in the match to come.
Hey, welcome to the match, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic week and going to have an even better weekend as Discord continues to ding. I thought I'd muted it, but whatever. Anyhow, this is a great little unit. I like the Mephis, so this works really, really well later in levels. It can be quite a pain to deal with, and this match also threw me completely off guard. I'd been getting through nothing but kind of loss after loss, and I just couldn't get a team that was really doing anything. So when I saw most of them had picked, well, raids, I was like, well, you know, at least they'll be aggressive. So I'm going to take an early position here, and I'm just going to try to use it as a way to kind of badger as much as I can, do some early damage, also keep them from necessarily pushing early. So we're going to charge up our Mega Beam and then just pop that into him. I believe he's a support, so we're not going to do as much potential damage as we could. We see the guy over there, but we're kind of concerned about our front. And here we go. Our team is going to jump on this guy trying to flank us. I was shocked as much as the next guy and a little bewildered. My team is being effective and aggressive. Like, holy cow. I'm going to boost out of the Deja's way, and I'm going to continue trying to back him up, but also not get in their way. We're going to catch that guy, and you can see just how much damage charged up that can do. And we're using the shrapnel bazookas more as a kind of badgering mechanic than necessarily a major threat on the battlefield. We're going to charge up our Mega Beam again, wait for it, fire into his face, and our team is just going to go ham on this poor guy. I kind of feel bad for him. I was wrong. We do have one other general, so we're general and 3 raids, and these guys are just going to be going nuts the whole time. So we're going to hang out here. We're going to support our guy. We see that a guy is popped in. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have a very bad day. He's going to get laid on, and his suit's going to be right here, so I'm going to help number 4 work it over a little bit. You can see about 4,000 damage on a charge shot can make that quite dangerous. And we're going to pop that, take that out, and here we are with another fairly dangerous Vortex unit. It can be a bit of a pain to use, so do be careful about that. So we're going to come in. 4 is just going to go and whoop this guy, and we're going to come in and just support him a little bit with the extra damage. I want to use things that are not going to trip him up, but I'm also trying to be mindful of our front line here. So we're going to have a bit of a shoot off. We're going to catch the support a few times here. Now at range, this shrapnel bazooka can be really a massive pain in the amount of potential damage it can do. And it can do a little bit of splash damage. Now, they're going to get aggressive, and I'm going to slide down this as I was trying to scope in. We're going to fire, miss. We're going to switch targets, throw that down, not get much of anything. Charge our beam, wait for 4, but we're going to hold our shot because we got 2 potentials on our left, and we don't want to be too concerned. We're going to catch the Deja and set 3 up for finishing him off. Now in this position, I'm going to start pushing forward using the shrapnel to kind of do a little shock and awe. People don't like taking damage, and a lot of the players will back off when they get it. So we're going to take him out. We're going to throw some extra damage in on his legs. The shrapnel bazookas do a lot of part damage, so do keep that in mind. We're going to turn over. We're going to hold up a bit, fire into his legs, but he was already gone at that point. 5 showed him out. Or no, it was 4. My bad. 5 helped though. So our team is a little beat up right now, so we're going to be doing a little bit of maneuvering around. Our team is just going to go completely psychotic on that poor pilot, And I'm going to decide I'm going to switch over here to try to help my guy who just kind of dived in. His thirst for blood is just cannot be quenched. We're going to not get our shot there, but we're going to throw some damage in. At range, if you catch both shots, boy, does this do damage. So we're going to use our, basically our specialty at being good at range to kind of help throw some fire support in, keep them from pushing out too much. We're going to miss that shot, but we're going to follow it up with a shot to the legs to take him out. We're going to absorb a little bit of that damage from their support. And, well, we're going to charge up our rifle, fire, catch him with that. It's not an emergency level amount of damage for him, but it's enough to keep him kind of back off for the moment. We're going to back off since we see 5 going, and our health is not exactly great. We're going to turn and help with the DJ here. He is going to have a really unfortunate day in terms of just how much damage he's taken, and he's gone. We're going to throw that into the fire and the flame, get a little bit of extra damage. Now, I'm going between the beam rifle and this because I'm trying to put up as much fire support as I can. I am neglecting the rapid fire option, but, you know, that's life sometimes. So we're going to get a little bit of a push here. 5 is just going to escort that guy out of life. He didn't even let him pack his bags before he took him out. And we're going to hold our shot, pop that in, but there's that thing I said about firing a little low. Do keep mind of that. We're going to try to help 2 as he kind of overextended, but we're going to push forward to try to help him out. Come up, he's going to get countered, and we're going to wait for a second, come in, smack him with a little bit of that beam saber goodness. And we're just going to back off, and we'll secure the kill there. I don't want to trip up my guys, and my unit is a bit damaged at the moment. And I don't like usually to do these stomp matches, but I thought this was a really good show of this unit's potential. And, you know, there you go. Sometimes you have to go with the bad. So we're going to use our charge, because we're going to try to snipe a little bit with it. I don't want to overextend because it would be really, really easy for me to get killed. As you can see just how close I am. We're down to the last minute. They're going to start making a push because, well, what do they have to lose? We're going to keep using the shrapnel just to be kind of obnoxious to them. And there we are with our first death. So we're going to spawn in at E in the last few seconds. And we're going to go cruising over here. We haven't transformed at all, but we just have not had time to take advantage of it. We're going to come up real slow. We see this DJ. We're going to take a shot, catch him with that. Take another shot, but miss him. And they're going to come storming forward, and there's the end of our match. Let's see how we did with a bit of a victory pose. Yeah, there we go. High heels. So no board position, but 3rd place. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.